PYT. PYT. Today, we will be discussing the dark side of Aquarius. Dun, dun, dun. So, yesterday we did Capricorn. I love this series. It is oh so fun because I like thinking about the negative traits of every sign. Let's get into this. So everyone thinks Aquarius is like this humanitarian, and they just love humanity, and they're futuristic, and they think about the big picture and what's to come, and they're the water bearer, right? They bring new knowledge, and they're like deep thinkers, and they're constantly wanting to move forward and bring positive change to the world and humanity. However, in reality, Aquarius can be really just weirdos, okay? Listen, wait. I have Aquarius in my life, okay? It's fine. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, which is the rebel, and just really unpredictable. And, they have this persona, like they think outside the box and all this, and they do see things maybe from the bigger picture, but that also means they don't really see how the fine details are going to come together. That's what I've noticed with the Aquarius in my life. But also, Aquarius can be really selfish. Really selfish. And they have this need for independence and freedom. And they're called the paradoxal. They are a paradox because they contradict themselves. Like, they might tell you they want to be in an exclusive relationship with you. However, they will still treat you like no strings attached, very casual relationship, because they still need to keep a healthy distance. They can be very detached emotionally, cold, even more so than the Capricorn conversation yesterday, okay? Because they're air signs. Aquarius are not grounded. Super in the mental space constantly. Worriers. They can be panicky. Like anxiety, panic disorder, because of the overthinking. All air signs spend too much time up here. That's just a fact. But Aquarius, it's like they want good things. They want the bigger picture, but they can be very pessimistic in how they see things. They can point out the negative in every single situation and just cling to that negative thing. If there's 5 awesome things happening and 1 bad one, they're going for that negative thing. And they're going to focus on it and say, yeah, well, everything else is great except for this one thing, and they'll let it ruin their time. I also noticed with Aquarius, it may be hard for them to see how they treat others. But they really focus on how they feel and how others treat them. It's like, and this, okay, just relax. This isn't going to be for every one of you. But if you're dating an Aquarius, or your best friend's an Aquarius, or your mother, you might notice these traits. Also, keep in mind, you have to look at every other sign in the birth chart. But this is for people who have heavy Aquarius, Aquarius suns, Aquarius rising. You'll notice these aspects here and there, okay? They keep distance from others. Isolation. Deep down, I attribute this to fear of intimacy or fear of not being accepted. Also, because they're emotionally detached, like, and my theory is they have a hard time seeing other people's perspectives. They can see how others make them feel, but it's really hard for them to see how they're making others feel, which makes them look more self-centered. Like they only care about how they feel in themselves. The emotional detachment and the fear of intimacy, it makes it really easy for them to go cold, I think, in relationships when things aren't going how they want. They can just, okay, and they can just go do their own thing and move on because they have this sort of independent nature that they can do whatever they want and they can be on their own, and they like to have both. It's like they can do really well in social situations too. They can work well with others, but they may prefer to be alone. Paradox. Okay. Cold, uncaring, extremely rebellious. If you tell them something they should do, and they might really should do it, they're not going to do it just because you told them to. Super rebellious. Oh, you think that's a good idea? Scratch that. I'm not doing it just because you told me. They don't listen. They will not listen to you. And that is really hard. Why don't you just listen? I can't, because I'm a rebel. Okay, don't listen. Also, when you're speaking to them, and I notice this with a lot of air signs, they might just drift off into la la land. Don't care what you say, and or it goes in and out. Like, literally, do not listen. Goes in one ear, out the other. Absent-minded. Just gone. Thinking about humanity. I don't think. Thinking about whatever else they're thinking about. But I noticed this with other air signs too. It's like, what were you saying? Oh yeah, yeah. So anyways, it's like, yeah, what you're saying is not as important as what I'm about to say and what I've been thinking about saying for the last 5 minutes. Hear me now. Listen to what I want to say. That's the most important thing. This is the dark side, all right? We're talking about the bad things. Pessimistic, already talked about that. Impatient, now or never, which makes them super impulsive. I want to do this, and I need to figure out a way to do it now. Okay? Super impatient. They need constant stimulation. This is every air sign to me. Constant attention, stimulation, fluff my ego, all air signs. Too much in the mental space, we already talked about that. They are impossible to sway. Impossible. And not only will they stick to their own opinions, but they really think they are right. Like 100% of the time. Will not be swayed. Stubborn. They will not listen to you or your opinion whatsoever. Okay? And they cause confusion with that contradiction stuff that they do. Like they want attention, they want to be loved, but oh no, now I need space, and now I want freedom, and now you're boxing me in. But maybe later we'll hang out, so wait by the phone. Unpredictable, detachment. We talked about these things. Rebellious. This is Uranus just coming through heavy in these Aquarius. Okay, free-spirited nature. And that's why they just want to do what they want. They want to go and do and be what they please. And no one's going to stop them. So don't try it. You cannot box in an Aquarius. Okay? They have this, no strings attached attitude. Where it's like, I'm fine. So, if you wanted commitment from me, it's going to have to be like this. Because I need a lot of freedom and room here. So, certain aspects of relationships, they're going to need to feel like they have the choice. If they feel like someone's making them do something, they're never going to want to do it. Okay, the isolation, alienation. They will alienate themselves. They will alienate themselves from people And I think it's got to be that need for freedom thing. How they just don't really care. They don't really want to hear about how you feel. They might say you're too emotional because they have zero emotion. They're heartless. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's something in there somewhere. I just haven't found it yet. So, yeah. If you want to talk about your feelings with an Aquarius, they need headphones. And you're not going to get any sympathy back from them. Because they're going to say, well, I feel like this. And they're just going to want to talk about how they feel. Listen, Aquarius are cool and they're open-minded sometimes, but really they're very stubborn also, and they're very opinionated, and their opinion is always right and cannot be swayed. So, are they open-minded? That's the paradox. It's like, make up your mind already, Aquarius. Very confusing to every other zodiac sign. And that's why no one understands you. Because you can't get it together and you don't even know what you want. Jeez. Afraid of closeness, afraid of intimacy. So keep a healthy distance. And that's why they do best with other air signs. Because it's like, it's too hard when it gets emotional, gets sticky, too hard now. We need to just be logical about this. Keep a healthy distance from each other. That's what, that's how they feel. They don't like to let people in. However, they like to stand out, right? They like to be different. Even if that means like bringing the shock factor and value to their family and friends. And that goes into play with their unpredictable Uranus nature. They are very complex in the fact that they are super confusing and no one understands them. Because they are a contradiction. Okay, emotions stress them out, so just don't do it. Don't talk about your feelings. It's better if I stay cold and you just keep your emotions over there. It's just so funny how it works. How can anyone be in a relationship with an Aquarius? I mean, I love you guys and all that, but it's like, who are you even? Come close. Oh, but not that close. Give me some space. Maybe later. And because of this need for independence, but also this need for social interaction and moving forward and progressive ideas for humanity. They just really want to go off somewhere and think about themselves and be alone and think about humanity and just tell someone their ideas and then someone else go implement it. If that's a water bearer and that is the knowledge bringer, that's how they want to do it. I'll share with you my ideas. You take it and run with it. But because they have this contradictory nature, this paradoxical nature, they can be seen as a hypocrite very easily. Interesting. Well, that's about it for Aquarius. I'm sure there's many more things. If you're an Aquarius and you're offended by this, don't be. Write in the comments below other terrible things about who you are, and we will all get a kick out of it. Okay? Subscribe and like, and I'm going to be doing every other sign, so this series is so much fun. And we love you, Aquarius. Even your weirdo side, which is all of you. Alright, have a good day. I'm Sami. Please like and subscribe. Do all of that sharing and fun stuff with all of your Aquarius friends. And no hard feelings, okay? Bye.